Today we will continue the chapter, why do we need parliament? So as we discussed yesterday, Indian democracy is parliamentary as well as the presidential. Parliamentary means here are the two houses which are considered as the law-making agencies, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Whereas the Indian democracy is also known as a presidential, it means presidential system is such kind of a system in which president is the chief of the country. This is the real head of the country. But in our country, there is the real head is the Navedita. Am I audible? Navedita, am I audible? Raise your right hand if, okay. So presidential, why presidential? Because in India, there is the president is the nominal real of the country. Nominal real of the country, but the prime minister of the country is the real head of the country in our country. That's why I told you that the Indian democracy is the parliamentary as well as the presidential. Indian democracy is the parliamentary as well as the presidential. Here the parliament is present, in which the two houses are there, Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha is the lower house, which is the house of the people. In this Lok Sabha, the elected representatives, they are taking part for the period of the 5 years. This is the main part of the government. The Lok Sabha is basically comprised by the two groups. One group is the ruling party, which is the existing government, and the second one is the opposition party. And in whole of the country, there are the two large parties, groups are there, which are known as an alliance. These are known as the alliance. We will discuss in later. Alliance. Alliance means when the more than one party, when two or more than two parties collectively form the government is known as the alliance. Clear? So in our country, there is the large two alliances are there. First is the NDA, National Democratic Alliance. National Democratic Alliance. National Democratic Alliance. It's headed by the BJP. With BJP, the 25 total number of the parties collectively form the government, and our existing government, which is headed by the Mr. Narendra Modi, it's having as the large number of the constituencies which won in a last general elections. And the second is the UPA, United Progressive Alliance. United Progressive Alliance. It's headed by the INC. INC, which was founded in 1885, as we discussed yesterday. Indian National Congress, founded in 1885 at Bombay by the A.O. Hume. A.O. Hume. Is that clear? So let's continue. So what are the reasons responsible for the adopting? What are the reasons responsible for the adopting? What are the reasons responsible for the adoption of parliamentary system in India? This was a question we discussed yesterday. What are the reasons responsible for what are the reasons responsible for adoption of or adopting parliamentary system in Indian democracy? This question we started yesterday. So as we know, the under the 200 years of a long duration of a British rule, they ruled over the country. Britishers ruled over the country. Under this time period of a British age, they enacted a large number of such law. They enacted such law which were basically criticized by the Indians. The reason is that these laws were in favor of the Britishers and in against of the Indians. But for the enactment of such law, Britishers, they were not given as a preference to the Indians. Means at that time the voting rights were not given to the Indians. In 1885, Indian National Congress formed. INC, Indian National Congress, founded at Bombay by the A.O. Hume, H-U-M-E. It was a British which was founded as an Indian National Congress, a political party in India through which Indians, they can represent themselves in front of the Britishers about their problems and what are their possible solutions. It can be possible to the Indian National Congress. Congress tried to sort out the problems and raise the issues related with the masses, related with the people. Is that clear, Bhavansh? Bhavansh, clear? Issues related with the masses, these were discussed by the Indian National Congress. In 1909 AD, Britishers, they passed the Government of India Act. Government of India Act. This act was enacted in 1909. In this act, Britishers given the opportunity to the Indians to represent themselves in legislatures. Means it was the first time when the Indians, the members of the Indian National Congress, they contest in elections. Indians, they can cast their votes. But this procedure, it was applicable in a little number of legislatures, limited number of areas, not in all over the country, limited number of the areas. Clear? When the India got the independence in 1947, after that in 1950, the Constitution of India implemented. In 1950, when the Constitution of India, it came into existence, Constitution of India came into existence. At that time, the idea of a parliamentary system included under the Constitution of India. Idea of parliamentary system included under the Constitution of India. These dreams, the dreams of our freedom strugglers who wished as to represent themselves and making as the ideal India, their dreams, they came into as existence in the form of the Constitution, and Constitution given them as the opportunity through which the parliamentary the parliamentary system, it accepted in Indian subcontinent. This parliamentary system, it was based on the idea of a universal adult franchise. Universal adult franchise, which means that all those adults above the age of the 21 years, here I'm talking about at the time of 1950. In 1950, all those which were above the age of 21 years, they were having the right to vote. But in present there is 18 years. The minimum age to cast a vote is 18 years. 18 years for right to vote. Right to vote. This is a present. So all those adults above the age of 18 years, they can cast their vote for the election of their selected representatives. They can elect their representatives, and such representatives in legislative assemblies and in parliament, in Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, they represent themselves to sort out their problems to the various legislations. Clear? So that's why the parliamentary system, it was adapted in India. Parliamentary system adapted in India. Idea of a parliamentary system adopted in India through this process. Clear? Next one. Next, the Indian Parliament and its role. Next topic is the Indian Parliament. Indian Parliament and its role. And its rule. So as we discussed, the Indian Parliament having as it comprised of two houses. Lok Sabha, which is the house of the people, and the second is the Rajya Sabha, which is the house of the representatives. Their total number are the 545 at present, but there is a provision of the 552 members. Out of the 545 present members, the 543 are the elected members from all the constituencies present in country, and 2 members are nominated from Anglo-Indian community. Anglo-Indian community by the President of country. President of India, it nominated the 2 members of Anglo-Indian community for the Lok Sabha. Clear? And in the other side, Rajya Sabha, there is a provision of 250 members, but presently there are 245 members are there. 245 members are presently, out of which are 233 directly elected, and 12 members are those which are appointed, which are nominated by the President of India, which has done the work, their best work or the superior performance, their best performance in various fields: art, education, health, sports. So any of a dignitary which has done the good work for the society, these are nominated by the President of India for the Rajya Sabha. As we discussed, the Prabjot yesterday given the name of a Gautam Gambhir. Gautam Gambhir, it was nominated to the Rajya Sabha by the President of India. Sachin Tendulkar earlier nominated to the Rajya Sabha. Amitabh Bachchan already nominated to the Rajya Sabha. So a large number of dignitaries, these were nominated to the Rajya Sabha by the President of India. Clear? And so this was the Indian Parliament. So, and its role. Our next part is a rule. So Indian Parliament is basically discusses such issues, such kind of the issues which are related with the masses. But there are in Constitution of India, there are all the matters which are in concern about the central government, state government, or either the both central and state. These are demarcated as a separately. These matters are marked under the list. There are the 3 lists are marked in a Constitution of India. First list, union list. Second list, state list. Such kind of matters which will be only entertained by the state governments. There will be no interference by the central government. Central government, it will not interfere in such issues. And the third list is the concurrent list. Concurrent list. Now here we will discuss what kind of issues are included under these 3 lists in Constitution of India. These 3 lists of Constitution of India. First, union list. First is the union list. The Constitution has divided the law-making powers between the Parliament and the state legislatures. The Parliament alone makes laws on subjects of national importance, which are mentioned in union list. For example, note it down. For example, defense. The issue of a defense only it has managed by the central government, neither by the state governments. Defense. Second one, foreign affairs, relations with the other countries, foreign affairs. Third one, defense, foreign affairs. Third, railways. Fourth, airways, railways, airways, postal services, all these matters, they are directly handled by the central government, which are marked under the union list. Clear? Defense, foreign affairs, railways, airways, banking, postal services, shipping, etc. Clear? Next one is a state list. State list. So the parliament can also make the laws on the given subjects mentioned in a state list. If the Rajya Sabha passes a resolution to this effect, otherwise laws on subjects in the state list such as public health, it has used under the state list. Public health, education, agriculture, law and order, So these matters are marked under the state list. For example, presently the situation of protection of a people from the COVID-19, the state governments, they are responsible to implement their policies, their law as per their will for the protection of the people, for the maintenance of law and order. They are restricting the activities in cities. This is the issue of the state governments. There will be the no interference by the central government. Clear? Where the maintenance of law and order in a state, where the protection of a people or for the health and hygiene of the people, then such issues are included in the state list. Third one is a concurrent list. Third is the concurrent list. CONCURRENT. Concurrent list. The parliament can also make the laws on the subjects mentioned in the concurrent list. This list includes subjects for which it shares the power of making laws with the state legislatures. Some subjects on the concurrent list are marriage and divorce. Example, marriage and divorce. This is the issue which has included under the concurrent list. Marriage and divorce. This is the issue which has included under the concurrent list. Second one is electricity. Power supply means electricity, because all those dams which are built on the rivers, it has directly managed by the both state and the central, because these dams are located in the boundaries of a state, but the central government is also responsible to supply the electricity in such states where the such dams are not possible to construct, not possible to build. In such circumstances, electricity, the supply of a power has given by the state central government to the such number of the states. Clear? Marriage, divorce, electricity, industries are the issues which are included under the concurrent list. So the parliament, in Indian parliament, they are discussing the such matters which are in concern about the such authorities, union list central government, state list state governments, concurrent list both central and state, they are collectively responsible for the providing the such facilities for the people. Such facilities for the people. Clear? Get it? Next part is this rule of the parliament. Rule of parliament. Rule of parliament. So the first point, role of the parliament. First point is to select a national government. To select national government. To select national government. Rule. First, to select national government. National government. So in our country, government is elected through the elections. Government is elected through the elections. And in your previous classes, you learned about the three types of the elections are there. Three types of elections are there. General elections, which are generally occurred after the period of the 5 years. 5 years. Second is a midterm elections. Midterm elections. It has generally occurred in that state. In that state, when the government is dissolved, when the different parties they fail to prove their majority in the assembly. And third is the by-elections. By-elections. By-elections, they are generally occur in that state when any of the member of assembly, means any of a MLA or a MP, it die, or either it resigned from their post, resigned from their seat. Under such circumstances, there will be as the by-elections are held. By-elections are held. Clear? So three types of elections are there. So that generally the national government, it has elected to the general elections. To the general elections which are held after the period of the 5 years. After completion of the 5 years, when the new government is elected, such kind of elections are the general elections. So in our country, there are the two groups are there which are generally found in the legislative assemblies and the Lok Sabha. One as a ruling party, second one is the opposition party. One part is the ruling party and second part is the opposition party. So how does these ruling and opposition they form for the parliament? After the elections when the results are declared, that party which has having the maximum number of the constituencies, their members want the maximum number of the constituencies, that particular party, it is invited by the President of India for the making of the government. But if any of our party, any of our party having the clear majority means 2/3 number of the total candidates won in general elections. If there is not any of a party present which won the 2/3 majority, for example, 2/3 means there are the 545 members of the Lok Sabha, As we did earlier, 545 members are there. So the 2/3 of the 545, it will be as near about the 315. That particular party which won the 315 seats out of the total constituencies in India, it can be the make their government to the majority, because in India there is a rule of majority. In our country there is a rule of majority. But if any of a party not having that 2/3 majority, then they will make the relations with the other parties. They join with the other parties and make as the alliance. They will make as the alliance. They will join with each other and make as the coalition government. Coalition government. Coalition means when a different number of parties collectively join each other and make the government is known as the coalition. Clear? So in our central government, there are now presently there is the NDA. NDA alliance is work. Its head is Narendra Modi. NDA, it stands for National Democratic Alliance. National Democratic Alliance. Its leading party is the BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party. And the important alliance parties, which includes as the in Punjab, in SAD, Shiromani Akali Dal, collectively with the BJP contest in elections. Both the parties, BJP and the Shiromani Akali Dal, collectively contest in elections in Punjab. Clear? There is the other parties, they joined with the NDA, joined with the BJP and make this NDA alliance and contest in elections. That's why the present government under leadership of Narendra Modi, it managed and play the role of the ruling party in Lok Sabha. So it totally having as a 325 seats. NDA at present having as a 325 seats in Lok Sabha. It's a clear majority through which they easily enacted those laws which were earlier not possible. Because the group of the parties which includes under coalition party, they restricted the freedom of the ruling party. Clear? This much for today. Any doubts in your side? Those who are having the queries, they can ask. Gulleen Kaur concurrent spell as CONCURRENT. Concurrent list. Concurrent list includes the issues, the matters or the subjects which are collectively handled by the state governments and central governments. State governments and central governments. For example, electricity, industries, marriage and divorce. Clear? Gulleen Kaur. Any other query? Anybody else? Any other query? Those who are having the queries, they can ask. Yes, Jia, what is your query? Alliance means when two or more than two parties collectively make the government. In our country, there are the two kinds of the parties are there. There are the national parties and the regional parties. National parties contest in elections from all the states. For example, the BJP, it contests in elections from the Punjab, Haryana, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Jammu and Kashmir, northeastern states, southern states, central India, all. Clear? But there are a certain group of the parties are there which are contest only in election from a particular states. For example, Shiromani Akali Dal. Shiromani Akali Dal is the regional party which contests in elections in Punjab, same as the SAPA, Samajwadi Party of Uttar Pradesh. Samajwadi Party of Uttar Pradesh. BSP is the national party. Aam Aadmi Party is the national party. Congress is the nationalized party, national party. Clear? Ashdeep Kaur presidential means that kind of a system where the real head of the government is the president. But in our country, the real head of the government is the prime minister. And president is the nominal head of the country. President is the nominal head of the country. Clear? Yes, next query. NDA, Ashdeep, NDA stands for National Democratic Alliance. National Democratic Alliance. National Democratic Alliance. Its leading party is the BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party. Bharatiya Janata Party. Jabji Kaur, independents are the such number of the candidates which are not belong from the any particular party. Any particular party. In our country, for the Lok Sabha election, the candidate, it should be as more than the 25 years of age. There are the only three conditions are there. First, a person, it should be as the more than the 25 years of age. Second one, it shouldn't bankrupt. It means not any of the criminal charges against of that particular person. And third is it should be an Indian. These three are the qualifications which are necessary for the member of a legislative assembly or member of parliament, Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Minimum age is the 25 years. Not any of a criminal charges against of him or her, his or her. And the third one, it should be an Indian. Clear? But the others which are not belong from the any party. For example, me. I'm basically as a more than 25 years, I can contest in elections. Clear? Contest in elections. Surinder Singh, it will be considered as an independent candidate. Independent candidate. Clear? All the first 8 questions, Riyansh, Badwar, first 8 questions of a rebel. When people rebel, these questions you have to attempt in your notebooks. These were marked in a group. There are the 3 types of the elections are there, Gia. 3 elections, general elections. General election, G-E-N-E-R-A-L, general elections. Such kind of the elections which are held after the completion of the 5 years of the government's time period. When the government's tenure completed of 5 years, then the general elections are held. They are generally generally held after the 5 years. Second is some midterm elections. Midterm elections. It is the type of the elections in which are generally held when the government dissolve. The government dissolve means when the government fail to show their majority in the assembly. Majority in assembly. In that state, the midterm elections, they are held. And third type of election is a by-elections. By-elections are generally held when any of the member of the parliament or member of a legislative assembly resigned from their post. When the person resigned from their post, or either that particular candidate, it died. It died. 3 years back, Gurdaspur seat, the seat of Gurdaspur, candidate of Gurdaspur, Vinod Khanna, it died. So under such circumstances, the by-elections held only in a Gurdaspur, not in all over the country. But the midterm elections, it will be held in whole of the country when the government dissolved before the completion of their tenure. But when the government complete their tenure, time period of the 5 years, then the general elections, they are also held whole of the country. Clear? Gia? Any other query? Any other query? Okay. Any other query in your side? You can ask. Around 2-3 minutes are left. Yes, that video, it will be shared on a YouTube. Any other query there? There, Jia, any other? Very good, Titiksha. If you are having any kind of a doubt from the beginning of a chapter where we discuss about the parliamentary system, in India, the parliamentary system adopted after the enactment of the Constitution of India. The system of a parliamentary has worked. It based upon the idea of a universal adult franchise. In British age, Indians were not allowed to cast their vote. But with the Government of India Act of 1909, given the opportunity to the limited number of Indians to cast their votes for the election of their representatives. Such representatives which will raise their issues in front of the Britishers. GRB discussed the 3 types of elections: general elections, mid-term elections, by-elections. General elections after completion of 5 years, mid-term elections when government dissolved before completion of 5 years, and third state is the by-elections when generally a candidate resigned from their constituency or either it died. Death of the candidate. Under such conditions, the by-elections are held, but the by-elections only held in that particular constituency, not in all over. Clear? If the prime minister, it will be resigned from their post, then the other member of the majority party, it will be the take over their charge. Any other query? But if the ruling party failed to prove their majority in Lok Sabha, under such circumstances, there will be as the mid-term elections. Because a government dissolved. That particular party can't prove themselves as the ruling party. GR roll number 28. These two are the elements of the parliament. 2 important elements of the parliament are the consent of citizens and vote of citizens. It means that when the people, they are satisfied with the government policies, they pass the vote in favor. They will re-elect the government for the next 5 years. Clear? But in that state, when the people, they are not